Hi guys, it's Wednesday. You can see we've got the power back on. If you saw our Monday show, you realize we ended up finishing that one in the dark when we lost power. Luckily my phone was well charged, so we still got to conclude the program. Today's Wednesday, it's Classic Rock Day, and we're going to look at music by, solo music by one of the Beatles, and that'd be Paul McCartney. For my money, he was certainly the sound of the Beatles, and he put out the largest body of work post-Beatles of any of the fellows. George Harrison did All Things Must Pass. He did some work with the Traveling Wilburys. He had some solo albums, same way with Ringo and Lennon. But McCartney's the one that kept putting out albums, kept touring, and really kept the spirit of the Beatles alive. So I got a couple albums I'm just going to look at. One of my favorites, and this is one I have on vinyl. The other two are actually going to be on CD because I don't even know if they're available on vinyl. Wings Across America. A triple album set, not just a double, but this is 3 albums. And it covered the span of McCartney's solo work with Wings, and it also threw a few Beatles tunes in there as well. Just to give you some idea of what we're looking at on here, we got Venus and Mars, Rock Show, Jet, Let Me Roll It, Medicine Jar, Maybe I'm Amazed from McCartney's first solo album. Call Me Back Again, Lady Madonna, Long and Winding Road from the Beatles, Live and Let Die, Bluebird, I've Just Seen a Face, again from the Beatles, and Blackbird from the Beatles, Yesterday, Magneto and Titanium Man, Go Now, My Love, Listen to What the Man Said, Let Him In, Silly Love Songs, Letting Go, Band on the Run, High, 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 and Soily. I mean, it was a good cross-section of post-Beatle work, as well as some Beatle tunes thrown in there. This is what McCartney was playing live, and a chance to hear him in a live setting with no studio tricks, no overdubs, just raw rock and roll with Paul McCartney. Now, also, this was more into the 90s, but this album, I think this one actually is going to be 1988. Paul McCartney did an album exclusively for release in the USSR, and it's called the Russian Album. And on it, I don't think there was a Beatle tune. It's kind of an acoustic set, not unlike what MTV was doing at the time with their Unplugged series. I'll give you some idea of what he's playing on here. It's a small group, McCartney on bass, we got 1 guitar, drums, piano, and that's pretty much it. Just a small group that he's playing with. Kansas City, 20 Flight Rock, Lottie Miss Claudie, Bring It Home to Me, Lucille, I Don't Get Around Much Anymore, I'm Gonna Be a Wheel Someday, That's All Right Mama, Summertime, Ain't That a Shame, Cracking Up, Just Because, and Midnight Special. A lot of real old rock and roll tunes. And again, it was originally just meant to be released in USSR. But then it got released in North America as well, and on CD. I think USSR one was going to be the vinyl release in 1988. 1991, MTV was doing a series called Unplugged, where they were taking rock musicians and having them in a setting where they just had a couple of guitars, maybe in a small rhythm section, and they were playing all their music acoustically. I know I had Rod Stewart on. Rod kind of missed the idea and thought it was about playing old songs, but it really wasn't. It was about a whole different take on these rock and roll songs in a very intimate setting and a very different style. And this was McCartney's Unplugged. Now this one had a few more Beatles tunes and a few more McCartney tunes. He did have rock and roll still, Bebop-A-Lula, I Lost My Little Girl, we're looking at Here, There, and Everywhere from the Beatles. Blue Moon of Kentucky, We Can Work It Out from the Beatles. San Francisco Bay Blues, I've Just Seen a Face, Beatles. Every Night from McCartney's solo albums. High Heeled Sneakers and I Love Her, we're back to Beatles again. That Would Be Something from the first McCartney album. Blackbird, Ain't No Sunshine, Good Rockin' Tonight, Singin' the Blues, and Wrapped Up with Junk, again, which I believe is from the first McCartney solo album. These are interesting albums because the acoustic setting really suits what he was doing and really gives these songs a whole different feel, and they're certainly worth checking out. I don't know about availability, especially on the Russian album and Unplugged. I worth checking out if you can find either one of them. They're very similar albums in the style, but very different in the music. And of course, this one I think not that hard to find, Wings Across America. So if you get a chance, check them out. Certainly some very interesting and some very different music from Paul McCartney. We'll see you on Friday. We'll be looking at another instrumentalist or another performer, not just instrumental, that has a very wide range of musical interests. So we'll see what that's all about on Friday. Everybody have a great rest of the week. We'll see you then.